Alright, here we are, Big Spring Park. And then over there's the Von Braun Civic Center where they have the big concerts here. Just came out of there, the Huntsville Museum of Art. All right, there's another angle of the museum. And Big Spring with the fountain out there in the middle. And I don't know if you can see in the water there. A lot of fish are starting to come over here expecting me to feed them, I guess. Hey vinyl and YouTube communities, this is Chris. I've been sitting here at home like a lot of people have, and watching videos, and there have been a couple of threads or contests that I had commented on, and implied that I'd try to do something related to them. So this is kind of trying to wrap everything together, and so I'll touch upon several different topics. There's 2-minute song, 5 songs, 2 minutes or under. There was a positive vibrations video. There was a cinema version of Whack-A-Mole. So I'll try to address all of those in some fashion. So I guess to start with vinyl, I'll show the 5 2-minute songs that I found, or maybe I found 6. I think it's 5, but first one's off this Gentrys album. I think a lot of these I'll be able to play a sound sample. I don't know how I'll include that. Might just have a link at the end. You can play it. Keep the video length down, but this one is He'll Never Love You, I think. I think it's like 1 minute and 59 seconds off this Gentrys album, which I think is around 1969 or 70. This was around the time that I attended a high school dance after I'd recently graduated, but at a different high school, and I think the Gentrys were the entertainment for that dance. Don't remember if it was a prom or not, but Count 5, Psychotic Reaction. The song Double Decker Bus is 2 minutes on the nose, so that one is blocked, so I don't know. That one will be a link, if anything. And then Herman's Hermits, I had commented in somebody's video that Dandy by the Kinks, or Ray Davis, as Mazzy has pointed out. That's 158. So that other song, maybe that was 159. But so Kind of Hush All Over the World. Dandy. This also includes the big hit song No Milk Today. So on MGM. So that one I should be able to play. Alan Munde's Banjo Sandwich on Ridge Runner from, I think, mid-70s, late 70s. The song was something blues, Banjo Boy Blues. I think. I'll make note of it. So, Alan Munde, and then the band that he was part of, Country Gazette. Don't give up your day job. This is on United Artists from mid-70s, mid to early 70s. And the song was, I can't remember. Oh yeah, it's a Stephen Stills song, Fallen Eagle. Right around that 2-minute mark. And then the last one is by a Link Wray project. The song XKE. Off of this series that Norton put out, Some Kind of Nut, Volume 3. So this was Link Wray as part of the Fender Benders band, XKE. Here's the Norton label. This is part of a 4-volume set on Norton. So there's Volume 4, Streets of Chicago. Volume 1, Hillbilly Wolf. And Volume 2, Big City After Dark. So, 2-minute songs. A non-vinyl interlude. I recently picked up this CD, Orbitones, Spoon Harps, and Bellophones. So this is a little booklet, like 90 pages, 80-something pages. And a little hardback, binding for that. And it talks about all these instruments and the people that invented them and played them. And I don't remember on this version, this set, which particular artist it was. But on the back they give a couple of more examples. Long string instrument, Wawaka, Great Island, mouth bow, Stammen phone. So this was the second in this series that I know of. I had shown in the past the other one I picked up, Gravichords, Whirlies, and Pyrophones. So more oddball instruments. Don Buchla. He's responsible for the Buchla synthesizer. Akeem Reichel, I think, or somebody else, Reichel, came up with some kind of guitar-ish thing. So next was Positive Vibes. Oh, wait a minute, one more CD before we go. While I was looking around for some of these things, I came across this, Great Pianists of the 20th Century. So, Complete Guide to the Definitive Collection. So this is like a 200, another hardbound CD booklet. So this is like a 200-page book. showcasing various pianists. Arturo Benedetti Michelangeli. Julius Katchen. So, hardbound book. There's a long list of the artists on here. And then I also had a companion piece, which is a sampler, 2 CD set of some of the pianists that they're featuring. There's one CD on this gold label. There's the other CD. Nice little booklet, companion piece to that hardbound book. All right, next was Positive Vibes. That was something that Junior Cosmic Rhema had started. So some cosmic, some positive vibes. Start with the rotary connection. And some song on here was very positive, other than being a Christmas season type album. Peace at Last. So there's the first. And next. Frank, the folk singer, Positively Frank. And the Undertones, Positive Touch. On the Normal Harvest label. And then Bob Marley. Positive Vibrations. And his gatefold there. The Island label. And of course, Beach Boys comp, Good Vibrations. On the Pickwick budget label. And Albert Eiler Vibrations. Of course, all the titles don't really sound that positive. Ghosts, Ghosts, Mothers. Arista Freedom. Albert Eiler. And then the last positive album is 10 Years After. Here we go. Positive Vibrations. This Columbia. And the final part of that was some comic books. I don't know, these are, I just grabbed something. Herbie the Fat Fury. This is an original early 60s version of that comic. And then they got reissued. This is on A Plus Comics. So, sort of a fat slob superhero type thing. No cover on that. And then the final thing to touch on is the cinema whack-a-mole. I try not to collect movies, so I don't have them in a very accessible storage unit. It's like Melinda Murphy, when she did her whack-a-mole. Her albums weren't stored easily to get, so she pulled them all out, and then we just trusted her that they were random. So I just pulled some out, and I didn't even pull random ones out. Some of these are just recent ones that I found at the thrift store, the pet shelter thrift store. I went in there and somebody had dumped a whole collection of a lot of TV series that they'd put out. So first one I got was Deep Space Nine. My dad was a big Star Trek fan. I've watched a lot of Star Trek over the years too, but don't see, this is season 5. I don't see Deep Space Nine very often. Usually it's the other series, the original, or the one with Captain Picard. So this was 5 or 6 or more discs on this thing. Pretty reasonable. The Fringe, another sci-fi type series. This is season 3. I wasn't sure if I'd seen this, but I recognized some of the characters, so I guess I had seen a couple of episodes, but not complete series. And here's the first series of Fringe with that fancy cover. VHS, The Name of the Rose, Sean Connery, murder mystery type set in the Middle Ages. F. Murray Abraham also on this. So this one was, made enough of an impression that I picked it up when I found it, and when I did, you see it was on VHS. And the final one, Looper, another sci-fi time-traveling type movie. Bruce Willis, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Emily Blunt. So another one that made an impression, so I picked it up when I found it real cheap. So there's some random to you movies, and things touching the other videos that I've seen recently. So thanks everyone. I'll see you later.